Coming up next on this edition of In the City, the city celebrated its inaugural Legacy Recognition Ceremony for some retired employees. Also, the community comes together to celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Plus, we get an update on the Veterans Park at Veterans Parkway and Hartman Farm Court. And the Murfreesboro Stormwater Department explains the watershed tied to the Daylighting Town Creek project. Welcome to another edition of In the City, your source for what's happening right here in the city of Murfreesboro. I'm Michael Linn White. Our top story. The city hosted its inaugural Legacy Recognition Ceremony. This program honors achievements of retired employees that have made a lasting impact on our community.
I think it would be remiss for me not to state the obvious, but this recognition ceremony is about service. And about the people here who quietly gave decades of their lives to the city of Murfreesboro. That's a lot of early mornings, a lot of late nights, problem solving, and commitment to getting a lot of things done in this community.
My goal today is to make it through this without crying. I came to Murfreesboro in 1992, started with the city. I'm already about to cry. Started with the city in 2000, and so most of the people who are on this list, I had the distinct honor to be able to work with.
The only reason I'm here today is because of the personnel and HR staff. They made me look good every single day. So even though my name is going to be on the plaque, it is truly a shared honor.
There were many afternoons here when Sherry would be here, Melissa would be here, Susan would be here, and others would be here, and we'd still be working after everybody else had gone home because we still had work to do. These people that are all seated back here are not just my colleagues, they're my friends.
And it all suggests to me that the goal I set for the legal department on the very first day in our very first staff meeting was that we were going to do excellent work, we were going to do it ethically, we were going to do it efficiently, and to the extent we could, we were going to do it enjoyably, was achieved, at least in small part.
While we all took our roles and responsibility and jobs very seriously, we tried not to take ourselves seriously, and I think that that is one of the reasons that we were able to work so well to get together and get so much done, and was such a fabulous team.
And so I can assure you that you've got a well-equipped fire department and well-trained fire department, and they should be able to handle any situation within our city and probably help around the city.
Doing budget, I worked with a lot of fine folks, and I'm so proud to see them still here and doing and well and thriving. And then the ones that have retired, it's always nice to see a big smile on their face. Everybody looks calm and happy.
I wish you could see how great things have turned out. The vision that was here that has now, the council keeps moving forward and making things great. And we're just proud to where the city's going to go. I think he'd be very happy.
And I miss him so much, and I thank you all so much for remembering him. Yes, I think he deserves it, but I was just surprised that you still remembered him.
And I have my Reeves Rogers family, my Northfield family, my John Pittard family here. So many people that knew Dennis and cared about him. I want to thank Angela and Nate for nominating him for this award. And all I can say is from the bottom of our hearts, we really appreciate it. Thank you.
My mother and him would always get into almost an argument of him going on vacation for just 1 week a year because he did not want to leave the city and leave the job. He always wanted to be here. If anything happened within the city, he would want to be here and be a part of it. And just thank y'all for making it possible, for the acknowledgement.
2, 1.
Murfreesboro first responders are honored at the annual MLK Breakfast at MTSU. Inside the MTSU Student Union, 4 Murfreesboro Fire Rescue firefighters and 1 Murfreesboro police officer received the NAACP's Jerry Anderson Hero Award, honors reserved for extraordinary acts to save a life. For fire rescue, the honor goes to Captain Jeremy McCullough, Engineer Marcus Cartwright, firefighter Dylan Meyer, and firefighter Ryan St. Peter, who saved an elderly man trapped in an East Burton Street house fire just before 6 a.m. on August 12th. On the police side, Officer Dustin Nicholson earned the same Hero Award for pulling a woman to safety from the I-24 overpass at Old Fort Parkway on December 23rd.
Please give a round of applause for Officer Dustin Nicholson.
Nicholson credits his crisis intervention training for keeping him focused in the intense situation. The awards pay tribute to Murfreesboro native Jerry Anderson, a Central High standout who won a national title with Oklahoma in 1975, later playing in the NFL. He's remembered for a final act of courage trying to save a young man from drowning. The Murfreesboro NAACP honors men and women in the community each year, and they say they are honored to award the heroic acts of these brave first responders. Work has started on the city's newest park, Veterans Park, located at Veterans Parkway and Hartman Farm Court. Check out this update on the progress.
Hello Murfreesboro, I'm Michael Linn White with CityTV, and we are here with Nate Williams with Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation. We are here at the new Veterans Park that is underway, and I'm really excited to be out here and see some progress happening.
Some progress on a very windy day, right?
Yes, I haven't been out here since the groundbreaking, so it's really exciting to see. You've got a road in, you've got people out here working.
Right.
What are they doing out here?
You know, I think people have driven by and they're seeing a lot of work in this main entrance that's really kind of done. And that's what that is a main entrance to the park. So since we've broken ground, we've got most of the grading done. So the mass grading, a lot of dirt moving to exactly where it needs to go. So now where we are is we start building up, and there's a process that goes into that. We still have some time, but I think people are really getting excited about the progress that's happening.
Yes, so exactly. A lot of people drive by and a lot of people ask us what is going on. So as you can see behind us, there's this super cool rendering. Now, when you first turn in, you said that this is going to be a lot of trails and stuff. So in the back, that's where all the amenities are going to be. So tell us what is happening back there.
Yes, so when you come in the main drive and you kind of circle around to the right side, that's what you'll see is really the heart of the park. There we're going to have a destination playground, 8 pickleball courts, 2 pavilions, an event space that has a pavilion attached, and then it'll be kind of the hub where our trail system connects, and that's going to be 3.7 miles of paved trail and another mile of informal trails.
That's awesome. This is super cool for this side of town, and it's really easy to get to. We were driving here from downtown, and you just go down Old Fort, take a right, and here you are.
Yeah, we're excited about the location. This has been something that's really been in works for a long time, and I'm excited about the final product and looking forward to really start to see it build up now.
Let's talk a little bit more about the amenities. Is there going to be an amphitheater?
It's not an amphitheater necessarily, but it's more of an event space. So we can have festivals, music events, that type of stuff. So the pavilion that we have there is wired so we can put in the staging and the sound that it would take to have a band or have different food trucks circle around. But we need another space like that in Murfreesboro. Not just for our team with Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation, but other groups to be able to rent out and do events as well.
I'm so excited. It looks really cool. And now I know everyone is going to ask, when is this going to be done? And we always know that construction projects take a lot longer sometimes than we want them to. So what are we thinking maybe?
Right, so we're heading into the wet season, so things slow down just a little bit. We're thankful that most of the grading is done before that, so it's kind of kept us on schedule. We're still working on that final schedule, but we're pleased with where we're at. And I think in the early months of 2027, I think we'll be close to opening this park.
That's exciting. We'll stay tuned, and we will hopefully be having updates for you as the construction and the build up progresses. So
Absolutely.
I can't wait.
I'd say I encourage people to keep an eye on our social medias, Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation, for all things updated through the park system.
Okay. Well, Nate, thank you so much for being here, and we're excited about what's to come out here for Veterans Park. So if you've been driving by and wondering what is happening and what is going to happen with this park, here you go, and we will keep you updated. Thank you for watching. I'm Michael Linn White, CityTV.
Check out The Insider, the city's official podcast for the latest news on what's happening in Murfreesboro and in our community. Watch The Insider on CityTV, Facebook, and YouTube, and download it wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. The Daylighting Town Creek project off Broad Street is important to its watershed because of the dense downtown construction.
Residents are watching the transformation of Town Creek in downtown Murfreesboro. The stream that was directed through a culvert in the late 1950s will soon flow in open air. The restoration project will not only improve the quality of Town Creek, but downstream in Lytle Creek. Lesser known are efforts in the Watershed, which will further improve the health of the streams. Town Creek is the final stream segment of a complex karst stream system, where groundwater springs up to the surface and sinks back underground again. Where springs, slow-moving streams, and wetlands all eventually flow to Town Creek through sinkholes and caves. At the top of the watershed, water boils up from deep within Black Fox Spring. Its emerald water overflows to form the Black Fox Wetland and Todd's Lake. Water flowing from Todd's Lake sinks underground one last time before re-emerging at Murfree Spring. It's here, at the head of the Murfree Spring wetlands, where a world of groundwater emerges from the darkness of limestone bluffs and lush tree canopy. History and nature are intertwined at the Murfree Spring wetland in the heart of the city. The wetlands eventually narrow into the channel known as Town Creek near Church Street. Town Creek then flows into Lytle Creek near Cannonsburg Village. Town Creek flows at the convergence of an isolated wild and urban setting, at the foot of our growing city where people have used its waters and altered its course throughout history. Being downtown, the Town Creek watershed has been one of the most impervious drainage basins in the city for many decades. More than 44% of the basin was covered with rooftops, sidewalks, and pavement, making it a priority watershed. Generally, the more impervious a watershed is, the less healthy its streams are, and the more stormwater infrastructure is needed to drain its surfaces. Just like the paths that crisscross the city, an elaborate drainage system gathers raindrops from Patterson Park to as far away as East Main Street. More than 11 miles of pipes convey precipitation throughout the lower basin. Ultimately, the stormwater network discharges to Town Creek and the Murfree Spring wetland at more than 10 major inputs, sometimes carrying grit, grime, litter, and other pollutants. While permanent trash racks and treatment devices sit at the end of many of these inputs, even so, litter and other pollutants still make it to our waterways. Volunteers with Parks and Recreation volunteer programs frequently pick up litter from these waterways. Up at street level, street department sweepers remove grit and grime before making it to the stream. Additionally, water resources and street department vacuum trucks remove even more sediment from drainage pipes. But it's even farther away from the stream, at development and redevelopment projects, where more changes are happening because of development requirements. In all, 84,000 square feet of permeable pavement has been installed in the basin over the last 5 years, allowing stormwater to infiltrate in the ground and recharge aquifers that feed the springs and wetland. Additionally, green stormwater treatment that utilizes native plants and vegetation to soak up runoff is also being installed across the basin. All of this results in better quality of stormwater reaching the restored Town Creek. Now, as more people call downtown home, Town Creek is becoming more visible, and activities in the watershed are becoming more important to the stream's health. To gauge improvements in the quality of Murfree Spring wetland and Town Creek, the city will continue to track changes in the watershed and along the stream.
Check out the edition of Everything Traffic, where Mayor McFarland talks to Chris Griffith, Executive Director of Public Infrastructure, about road projects throughout the city. You can find Everything Traffic on CityTV and the city's Facebook and YouTube pages. Another important area that the City of Murfreesboro's Stormwater Department is focused on is near Oakland's mansion in Seeking Creek.
Before there's a river, there's a stream. And before there's a stream, there's the land that makes up a stream. Drainage ditches, springs, wetlands, parking lots, rooftops, and even sports fields. These make up a stream's headwaters. A stream's headwaters is where a stream gets its start. In the Sinking Creek headwaters, the city has been tracking several changes over the past decade that we believe are helping Sinking Creek get a better start. The three main parts of the headwaters are the East Loki catchment, Manny Springs wetlands and North Highland Avenue, the Harrison Branch watershed. So let's take a look around the headwaters of Sinking Creek.
Yeah, so we're at the final drainage point, this outfall, what we call a stormwater discharge point or outfall, right behind me, and it's kind of the final drainage point of a large basin. And back behind this pipe is a huge network of inlets and area drains and parts of the drainage system. And so we study these basins to see what kind of input they have into our local streams. So in front of me is Sinking Creek. So all the runoff that's collected up on the street here comes out of this pipe and into Sinking Creek. We call it the East Loki drainage basin because it really captures all the drainage and curb inlets and area drains on the roads along East Loki Avenue and beyond. And so if we can see improvement in these individual drainage basins, then it will help reduce the overall pollutant load into Sinking Creek. There's been a lot of work upstream of here in the basin. A lot of stormwater control measures have been installed, like bioretention areas, street side bioswales. And so we think that when we come out to monitor the stormwater coming out of this discharge point, that it will contain less pollution than it did previously. And so what we want to do is look at all the drainage areas coming into creeks, especially the headwaters where we are here in the Oaklands Park, and try to see where we can do improvements and combine all those improvements in the catchments to get a cleaner, healthier stream. So we're still in the headwaters of Sinking Creek in the near Manny Spring. We're a little bit further downstream. Right now we have the drainage basin discharged to a lot of Highland Avenue behind me. Highland Avenue hasn't seen, they have a few redevelopment sites where stormwater control measures have been installed. We are relying on street department street sweeping the streets and cleaning that pollution out of the runoff, the drain clearing of both Water Resources Department and Street Department. But for the most part, this is pure stormwater that's coming down from this discharge point, and then it enters this great Parks and Recreation natural area, but it really helps the stormwater quality as it comes out of the basin. All right, so we are still in the headwaters of Sinking Creek. There were three major drainage basins coming into Sinking Creek. We've already visited two of those. This is the third one, Harrison Branch. This drains a big part of the headwaters. And recently, or in the past 3 or 4 years, there's a planting project to get trees along this side channel or stream to help with the overall input and quality of the channel going into it. So that's what we see here, is we see a lot of trees are reaching, they're maturing, they're providing shade, stability for a channel that previously was eroding. And so this is gonna, once again, help with the quality of the headwaters of Sinking Creek.
The city's transit department is rolling out a new pilot route serving the Cason Lane, St. Andrews area. Murfreesboro Transit is rolling out a new pilot bus route beginning Monday, February 2nd, designed to better serve the fast-growing Cason Lane and St. Andrews Drive area in West Murfreesboro. The new route will operate Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m., making 14 designated stops along a continuous loop. Each loop is expected to take roughly 20 to 25 minutes, depending on traffic and ridership. It also connects with the existing Social Security route, giving riders access to the rest of the citywide system.
After leaving the Social Security office, it'll go through Kohl's and Kroger parking lot and then come back down Cason Lane towards 99, making about 5 stops, ultimately ending at the neighborhood Walmart market.
For now, the pilot route is free. Before the test period ends, Transit will post notices on board letting riders know when the fares may begin.
This will allow people who might otherwise be stuck at home during the day to get out. They've got 3 grocery store options that will be going by. They've got Kohl's department store. There's just numerous places over on either end of that route that people can go to and take care of business or just shop or get out of the house. So
the expansion comes on the heels of the city's new transit center on New Salem Highway, which opened to the public last September, serving as a central hub for Murfreesboro Transit's 12 buses and 18 drivers.
we increased our bus fleet last year from 9 to 12 buses. So that gives us a little more flexibility to add more routes, add additional time.
Riders can also track all buses, including the new pilot route, using the Murfreesboro Transit mobile app available on Apple and Android devices.
They can select individual routes and see where the buses are on the route. So it's live. They'll be able to see whether it's got maybe a 10-second delay on it.
For a look at the route map and stop locations, you can visit murfreesborotn.gov/transit.
We are excited, and we're hoping that in addition to we're calling it the St. Andrews Cason Lane route, but in addition to that route, we're hoping to add more in the next 2 to 3 years.
City officials say they'll monitor ridership on the pilot route over the coming months before deciding whether to make it permanent. Check out the latest edition of Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation's podcast, Talkin' Parks, this month. You can watch Talkin' Parks on CityTV and the city's Facebook and YouTube pages, or listen wherever you get your podcasts. Murfreesboro Fire Rescue Department's Assistant Fire Marshal Shan Womack has been elected president of the Tennessee Fire Safety Inspectors Association during the organization's 58th annual conference held in Murfreesboro.
This is the 58th Tennessee Fire Safety Inspectors Association Conference, where one of MFRD's very own was named president.
Murfreesboro Fire Rescue Department Assistant Fire Marshal Shan Womack was elected president of the Tennessee Fire Safety Inspectors Association during its annual meeting at the Embassy Suites in Murfreesboro.
It's very humbling and inspiring at the same time, so I'm excited to fulfill this role.
Womack says she is ready to help elevate the organization through teamwork, collaboration, and forward-focused leadership.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to being involved, moving things forward for sure. I do have lots of goals, and hopefully to achieve those goals with all the help. The board is there's so many amazing assets, and people on the board, it's one whole entity, not just one person. So looking forward to working with all of them and all of us achieving our goals and getting there to help with fire safety. I hope to carry on the organization and do big things for sure.
Womack, who joined MFRD in 2004 and was promoted to fire inspector in 2018 and was promoted to assistant fire marshal in 2021. She has served as a board member for the association for several years and is no stranger to the organization. With Womack taking the helm, TFSIA can look forward to 2 years focused on progress, partnership, and enhancing fire safety across Tennessee.
In addition, Fire Inspector Jonathan Gaither will serve a 2-year term on the board of directors. For Hot Take, I am Dana J. Smith.
Check out Murfreesboro City Schools' brand new official podcast called Between the Bells. Each month, we talk to a city school employee as well as a school principal. Watch Between the Bells on CityTV's Facebook and YouTube, and download it wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. We are excited that we have partnered with PAWS of Rutherford County to bring you the pet of the month. Meet Simon. Simon isn't a fan of running on the treadmill, but that's okay. This big teddy bear prefers laying down and getting lots of love, attention, and treats. If you're looking to adopt a family dog, this sweet, cuddly 3-year-old boy would make a great addition to your home. If you're interested in adopting a new friend, check out adoption requirements online at rutherfordcountytn.gov/adoption or stop by the shelter for a visit. For more information about Simon or any other dogs or cats available for adoption, go to secured.rutherfordcountytn.gov/PAWS. You can contact PAWS at 615-898-7740 or email them at paws@rutherfordcountytn.gov. With the recent winter storm that hit a big percentage of the country, the city of Murfreesboro kicked into high gear, especially the street department. Crews were out early in the week adding brine to roads before the start of the storm. An initial layer of salt was spread as the crews worked around the clock, working 12-hour shifts. Mayor Shane McFarland and Councilmember Jamie Averwater were able to go on a ride-along to get first-hand view of the plowing and salt spreading during the storm. The street department also kept citizens informed on what streets had been treated.
We've also created this new map that I'll let you talk a little bit about.
No, well, I'm going to let you talk about it, but we want to show everyone because this is
Sure.
really cool. So if you're curious about your area or what roads are
Yes.
being treated, so tell us what's happening here on our website.
So if you'll see these 6 routes right here, these are our main routes that we run in normal situations. They are color coded. So if you go to the layer, you can switch over. It'll show the color beside this route, and you can zoom in here to see if your street is on that. So that's all major city streets and state routes that we take care of that we can be able to cover. So you can see where we're at. That'll be the first plan of attack, is make sure that we cover all those routes first and that they're clear to work from.
Also, Domino's on Baird Lane supplied the crews with free pizza and thanked them for their around-the-clock hard work. Now the department focuses on fixing potholes created by the salt. You can report a pothole by visiting the city's website, murfreesborotn.gov. Under Your Government, click on Street. Police and fire rescue departments were also hard at work during the storm. Murfreesboro Fire Rescue Department units responded to a fire in the roofing system at International Paper early in the morning. Multiple engines responded to the scene. Fire crews quickly extinguished the fire. No injuries were reported. As the weather moved into our area, Murfreesboro Police Department's Homeless Outreach Support Team Officer Austin Wyatt distributed supplies.
All day today, I am passing out hand warmers and blankets, and we're just doing our best to keep people warm today until there is a shelter tonight. We got to keep them warm during the day as well. Hypothermia is and frostbite and that kind of thing is what we're really worried about, and that kind of stuff right there from Cold Patrol. Being able to pass this stuff out is crucial. People that we run into, those that are unhoused, they're all very thankful for that stuff. So I'm just the one passing it out to them.
The critical items were generously donated by the Murfreesboro Cold Patrol, whose continued partnership and compassion make a real difference for those most in need. Officers were also on the road, keeping citizens informed on road closures like the one on Northwest Broad Street because of a down power line. Also, Texas Roadhouse provided lunch for the officers that were working in the elements. Mayor Shane McFarland recognized Officer Dustin Nicholson with the STARS Award at a recent City Council meeting. The purpose of the STARS Award is to recognize and reward employees who go above and beyond their normal job duties. Nicholson responded to the I-24 overpass at Old Fort Parkway, where a woman had climbed over the guardrail and was in immediate danger. He calmly spoke with her before pulling her to safety. Nicholson credited his crisis intervention training for guiding his actions. He also received the Jerry Anderson Hero Award from the NAACP Murfreesboro branch for his courage and compassion during this life-saving rescue. Well, that's it for this edition of In the City. As always, for more information about the city of Murfreesboro or any of the stories that you've seen here, you can always visit our website at www.murfreesborotn.gov. And if you want to see any of the stories that you've seen today or catch up on some of the latest city news, you can always visit the City of Murfreesboro's YouTube channel. I'm Michael Linn White, and until next time, we look forward to seeing you in the city.